As a trader, every morning, the first thing that I used to do is go to global markets and check what's happening with the world. The US market, as we can see right now, is moving slightly bearish tone, where S&P is down by 0.1% and Nasdaq is down by 0.5%. The European markets, on the other hand, looks not too bad. Well, they are bullish and very bullish. Nifty is doing relatively well. The Japanese markets and the Chinese markets are both very bullish. I scroll down a bit. I look at the commodities. Crude is on the lower side. It fell by 1.7% further and it is trading at $72. That's Brent crude for you. And gold is down internationally by 0.22% and it is under $4,000 levels right now. And if we try to see the currencies, we can see the dollar index, how the USD INR or the other currencies are trading. That is the first order of business. Next up, I personally used to go to the sector watch list that I created to get an idea how the different sectors are performing. As you can see, there are about 18 different sectors or sectoral indices to be precise that I track. We see that Nifty Chemical is preparing to give a breakout. If we scroll down a bit below and we see Nifty Autos is doing very well. It's up by about 1.8%. Then how the PSU banks look like. The PSU bank mein the underlying tone of bullishness remains. If I am going to take a trade in PSU bank, I would take it in a positive side. Now this is a very quick analysis. Usually this entire process of morning pre-market analysis of how the market is, what the market pulse is telling me, it takes me about 30 minutes and it's very difficult after a point to keep a track of all of them and of all the opportunities that is appearing in the market. And that's exactly where Draconic comes in. Let me take you to the terminal and you'll see what I'm talking about. So this on your screen is Draconic terminal, and to get the morning idea of what's up with the market, I go to prompt launcher, I go to morning prep and I ask it give me the full market picture. And in case I wanted to include the global commentary, I just simply ask it include global commentary and commodity markets updates too. Now Draconic did its hunting and it has come up with a global macro overview. It says that commodity shifts are driving early morning positives on Thursday, as we just saw, and Indian markets 54 minutes into the active session. Earlier order flow is digesting a major easing in geopolitical risk premiums alongside hawkish Fed rate expectation. This macro view within a single prompt, and it brought me the most important indexes. What's up with GIFT Nifty? What's up with Korean markets? What's up with Japanese markets? The session biases, and what's up with the US market? It also gave me a picture of what to expect in the global markets, and then commodity and currency updates within 1 hour time frame. It tells me that gold right now is trading at under $4,000 that we just saw. A robust US dollar measured by dollar index is at 13-month high right now, and there's a hawkish Fed rate expectation that will keep pressure on the precious metal. So there is an underlying bearish tone within the gold and silver. It tells me silver slipped 14% this week to 7-month low. It is trading below $60 per ounce. It also gives me commentary about crude oil and where Indian rupee stands. It tells me about the domestic markets. This is very interesting. It starts getting deep into sector rotation. So it says FMCG is at 10-0 advanced decline. That is, of all the stocks that exist in FMCG, 10 stocks are in positive and 0 are in negative. In banking, it says the advanced decline is 7:7. That is, it is highly selective. And then we have metals 0:9. All in decline, heavy downward momentum, Vedanta and Hindustan Zinc leading the downward rally. It gave me key intraday levels to watch. Next, if I wanted to go even deeper in the sector rotation, all I have to do is go to prompt launcher again and I go to sector scan and I ask which sector are showing strength this morning, because that is what we primarily focus on as an intraday trader. In the sector highlights, it informed me that top performers are Maruti, Berger Paints, Colgate Palmolive, SBI and TCS. Within the sector specific, it highlighted auto, where 90.9% advanced decline ratio. After that, FMCG, banking and IT services. Specifically within auto, it mentions that the advanced decline ratio is very good, 10:1. There are some of the important sectors that are doing well, and it analyzed via SMC structure. Now, I usually, when I'm trading in the markets, I prefer smart money concepts, because the shorter time frame that we go, more institutions are active, and that's where we have to start thinking like institution, and that's where smart money concepts come into picture. So it knows my trading style and it has been personalized to that. As time goes on and your own trading style emerges, Draconic adapts to it. So it told me what to expect in FMCG and auto. It analyzes that 80% of the sector is accepted above intraday VWAP, and Colgate Palmolive and Hindustan Unilever are creating bullish order blocks on the lower time frame. Auto remains the top composite leader, though several high weight names, Hero MotoCorp, TVS Motor, Mahindra and Mahindra, are exhibiting momentum deceleration. So I ideally do not want to go very aggressive wherever the momentum is slightly slowing down. In banking, it says liquidity sweeps and selective bids are happening. But for example, if I wanted to analyze specific stocks, I can say, okay, in these sectors, can you find find me some stocks at breakout opportunity. So I asked the question and Reconic came back to me stating that market structure is currently generating 3 high conviction setups. It told me Maruti, it told me Bandhan Bank, and it told me Colgate-Palmolive. Now, nowhere during the entire discussion you will see that Draconic is coming out right and tell you buy this, sell that, because it acts as your accessory. It helps as your assistant. It helps you think through the process, and it cuts down the entire research time that we have to spend into one single question, and within 10 seconds you have the entire market within your grasp. While we are at it, it also tells me what is happening right now in the markets. So the Spark feature, I really love this one by the way. It tells me what the current session bias is, which is bullish, that we saw, and we see the most important things, what's happening right now in the market. So at 10:17, which is 3 minutes ago, it told me the sector rotation is happening within banking sector, and banking sector plunges 7 rank to rank number 9. The banking sector, which was very bullish at the start of the day, is slightly and slowly coming down, and this is especially useful when I'm trying to find newer setups in the markets. Let's go back to the structural setup that it has provided me. It says Maruti auto leader, prices execute a clean break of structure above the morning highs. This move is backed by volume and a good velocity. It says a fair value gap has been left between 12,790 to 12,810. We have high volume change of character in Bandhan Bank happening. It tells me that what is the play, or how ideally we can play this out. Sustained acceptance above 206 confirm the trend shift. Any retest of 204 offers a well-defined structural flow. The third one is Colgate-Palmolive. It has successfully mitigated 1 hour bullish order block. It is now expanding. Breadth in FMCG is 10:0, providing a strong sector tailwind. And it says what could be the trigger for me. Price is currently testing 2,990 internal buy side liquidity. A 15-minute close above this level targets the structural highs of 3025. Next, I asked it to load up the Bandhan Bank chart and analyze the setup for me. The best thing, it does all that within this chat interface, and I can see what exactly is happening within Bandhan Bank. And the analysis is exactly how an institutional trader would think like in terms of smart money concepts. Bandhan Bank has executed a massive sell side liquidity sweep at the psychological 200 level. It is referring to this exact movement and level on extraordinary institutional volume. It tells what the broader trend is. The broader trend is bearish. Liquidity sweep happened at the level of 200, which was also a key psychological level, and it formed a volume area low on a 10.6x volume. 15-minute rejection wick, 200 to 203.51 levels. Here is a strong buying tail. It tells me there is an immediate resistance at 204.81 to 205.93 levels. Here there is a bearish order block. Price currently reacting lower after a high of 205.10. It says this is where the liquidity hunt happened, going into depth and telling us the multi-time frame analysis. The immediate trend remains bearish and price has pulled back to 203.80 after failing to breach the 5-minute order block. The SMC setup, it says long, change of character confirmation. It tells me I should wait for 5-minute close above the bearish order block at 205.93 to confirm a bullish change of character. If this happens, what could be the day high that we can target? And it is about 213. Purely thinking in terms of day high levels. That is the target that we can aim for. And the retest entry on pullback, limit entry with unmitigated bullish fair value gap or newly formed order block. Invalidation or whenever I should hit the stop losses below the structural swing low of 200. So at the entry is somewhere close to 205, 206 level. The stop loss is at 200 levels, and the targets, it is unmitigated bearish fair value gap of 205, 208.75. This setup secures a clean 2:1 risk reward ratio. And then it tells me what will happen if the short trend continues. The bearish rejection pattern inside this particular zone, retest of this level, and invalidation above this level, and the target retest of 200 levels. Now obviously it tells me if I want to check and go into depth of the put call ratio, so it also has that information. And if the trader is interested towards the intraday option strategy or to analyze the option chain, then it can also do that for you. And I also get new trade ideas using Sparks, and nowhere during the process did we skip any step. So Draconic does not cut down on steps. It helps you organize those steps, it helps you simplify those steps, and it fastens the entire process from 30 minutes or 45 minutes right down to 5 minutes, with much better context of the global world order, with much better context of your risk appetite, with much better context of your trading strategies. And even Draconic can miss 1 or 2 news points or 1 or 2 analysis point every now and then. But this is by far a much better way to start the day rather than every day going through the entire same process and repeating every of those steps manually. When AI can do that for you, it can automate the process for you, and it can learn the setup from you that you want at your execution. And this was Draconic for you in action.